destroys a home at Waters Bay. A man charged for allegedly setting it on fire. The latest details ahead. Monash IVF launches an internal investigation after the wrong embryo was transferred to a patient. Donald Trump sends the National Guard and Marines to Los
In before June 30 at Tyre Power, Australia's biggest independent.
On 9 now.
The finals action. Blistering start. Golden Girls Kaylee and Molly face off in a backstroke blockbuster.
Have a look at this.
She's taken the swimming world by storm.
Little flex for Lex.
Lexi smashed her own world record.
I'm going to leave nothing in the tank.
Super sprinters Tom Gallagher and Ron Crothers.
What a rivalry.
The Australian swimming trials tonight on 9 Gem and 9 Now.
Yeah, I'll be with you in a second, guys. Just making coffee real quick. Oh, sorry about that.
Hi, do you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, yeah, hey, I'm Death. I'm a sole trader, but, well, more of a collector, really.
So what is Henry?
Henry is my accountant. Henry is my accounting software. It's basically anything to do with tax. Henry's got me covered. Well, where was this during the bubonic plague? Would have made things a lot easier, let me tell you.
Your home is precious, so are the things inside. And keeping them safe shouldn't cost a fortune. Quote and buy your home and contents insurance online with GIO, and you can save 10% on your first year premium. Get a quote today.
Dad, I am a genius. We don't have to freeze anymore. I can make us penguins fly.
It's going to be tricky without wings.
Yep, exactly. That's why I've got Red Bull. It gives you wings. All we have to do is drink it.
Oh, yeah, how?
Come on, Dad, just drink it. Huh? Oh.
Come on, son, it's 40 degrees below. Or did you think we were standing here for fun? Red Bull gives you wings, but only if you drink it.
Oh.
It's time to start your business. Time to get customers. Time to make your future now. Create a website in minutes. How? GoDaddy. Coding? Nah. But all that writing? Nope. AI. Done, built, up and running. You have what it takes. Now take it to the next level. Create a professional website in minutes with GoDaddy.
Let's get to work.
Start for free at godaddy.com.au.
There's so much included on a Disney cruise. You can dream big, slide, splash, sip, savor, and create a holiday that's filled with memories on board Disney Cruise Line, sailing from Australia. And right now, you can book early and save up to 30% on select Australia sailings. T's and C's apply. Visit disneycruise.com for details.
When the family's unwell, moments like these come to a stop. Glen 20 kills 99.9% of germs, including common cold and flu viruses. So be proactive this winter and kill the germs before they kill the fun.
Coming up, the plea for safer driving following a number of dangerous incidents on local roads. Northern Rivers residents urged to roll up their sleeves for Blood Donor Month, and Pottsville racer Matt Hardy takes out another national title.
Be aware of the Furniture King, his win at all costs mentality.
If you're a billionaire, you play dirty.
Now the tables have turned.
Why should your workday start like everyone else's? If you use your hands, keep this firing, this moving, this flying. If you travel for work, travel undetected and visit places you can't find with a hashtag. Because this is more than just a job. This is an ADF career. Make your impact.
How was your day, Mum? Good. Good. How was your day?
Yeah, good. How was your day?
Well, I met this nice lady today. She gave me this pack of cards. I said, "What's this?" She said, "It's a game. A very powerful game designed to play with your family, to facilitate a deeper conversation, to strengthen the bond through laughter and honesty. Because when the bonds of family are stronger, Australia is stronger."
Did you have to pay for it?
Nah,
freebie?
Yeah, freebie.
Oh, score! Let's play!
The Medibank Family Roast, coming soon.
I got one for you, Mum.
Oh, okay.
Describe yourself in one word.
Oh, good listener. Yeah.
Good answer, Mum.
Live better with Medibank.
Study get inspired.
A cancel all plans cold. Or a camera off kind of cold. Lemsip for warm and effective relief from cold and flu symptoms. However you cold and flu, Lemsip it.
Pucker's Herbal Teas dive you into a world where honey mingles with lemon ginger trees, or where lavender dozes off with chamomiles. Pucker, discover a blend of herbal wonder.
Switch your home or business to a Qantas Red plan today so you can switch off on your next holiday sooner.
It's business as usual at Lismore Workers Golf Club. Catch up with friends and enjoy a cool drink or a meal in May's Kitchen, Asian fusion restaurant. Lismore Workers Golf Club. Great place to meet and eat. Open daily.
The action-packed Brickbuster is on, like Donkey Kong.
Your challenge is to create booby traps. No smirking. I know there's a little pause between booby and trap.
Mega creations.
We're going to crush the car.
Explosions.
We're gonna blow the car up.
And the jaw-dropping shock of the season.
You bet the house. Unfortunately, the bet didn't pay off.
Tonight, 7:30 on 9 and 9 now.
This program brought to you by Ramara. Out to perform. Cash, credit and real estate funds in the palm of your hand.
Fertility giant Monash admits to transferring the wrong embryo to a patient. It's the second time in months. Charges laid after a man allegedly set fire to a Warners Bay house deliberately. The LAPD launches a formal investigation after our US correspondent was shot by a rubber bullet. The Prime Minister lays out his plan for his second term. And from Mariners' glory to the Matildas, the exciting new role for coach Emily Husband. Details next. Tonight, Monash IVF under the microscope again. A woman implanted with the wrong embryo, the second mix-up in months. Unrest continues on the streets of Los Angeles, Donald Trump mobilizing 700 Marines. A man accused of setting fire to a house, car and motorbike at Lake Macquarie. The New South Wales Deputy Premier stepping back to battle breast cancer. And the Maroons named their new skipper after axing Daly Cherry Evans.
This is NBN News with Gavin Morris.
Good evening. Monash IVF is at the centre of a new bungle, this time at a laboratory in Melbourne. The fertility clinic has revealed it incorrectly transferred the wrong embryo to a patient expecting to carry her same-sex partner's baby. It comes just 2 months after another embryo mix-up that resulted in a woman giving birth to a stranger's child.
It sells itself as one of the best IVF providers in the world.
For the brave ones, just like you.
But Monash IVF has implanted a woman with the wrong embryo again.
It beggars belief that now this is the second error in as many months.
In a statement to the ASX this morning, the clinic admitted that on Thursday, a patient's own embryo was incorrectly transferred to that patient, contrary to the treatment plan, which designated the transfer of an embryo of the patient's partner. The hope was for the woman to carry her female partner's baby.
I feel sorry for the families affected. There must be a mistrust for IVF clinics, all IVF clinics, at the moment.
In April, it was revealed a woman unwittingly gave birth to a stranger's baby after a mix-up at a Monash clinic in Brisbane. It's too early to know whether this latest bungle will result in a pregnancy.
This is completely unacceptable. It's very clear to me that the board at Monash IVF need to have a very good look at what's going on there. Clearly, their clinical governance standards are not where they should be.
In the world of infertility and creating humans, there really isn't room for human error.
Monash IVF says it will now introduce extra steps to help verify embryos. It says it currently has an electronic witness system rolled out across the business, but on occasion, manual witnessing is still required.
We only only have state-by-state regulation, which really just means that we're relying on clinics to do the right thing, and when things go wrong, the accountability is really lacking.
I think it's very important to reach out to your own clinic, to talk to the scientists, to talk to the staff, and understand the stringent processes that most IVF clinics have in place to avoid these occurrences in the future.
The US president is putting more boots on the ground in Los Angeles, and the tension there shows no sign of abating. California's governor is calling the move illegal and immoral and is taking the battle to the courts.
Downtown lit up. Protesters in Los Angeles met with an enormous show of force. Row after row of police cars, hundreds more boots on the ground, and dozens of people cuffed and taken away. But demonstrators are undeterred. This is the fourth straight day of unrest, the city gripped by anger at Immigrations and Customs Enforcement. Police firing flashbangs and rubber bullets, protesters using bins as barricades. As the sun began to set in the City of Angels, emotions rose and the response became more aggressive. People being forced to disperse spread the protests over several streets. This is where the police and the National Guard are clearly making their move. Jesus, you can see rubber bullets coming down. There are officers high up in buildings. There are some on the ground, and they keep giving these move back orders. We're at a safe distance, but those law enforcement officers, they're firing from balconies. The day started calmly, but the signs were there. LA police, county sheriffs, and the California National Guard, shoulder to shoulder, armoured and armed. Law enforcement staring down demonstrators. Batons and rubber bullets, armoured cars and rifles. They're prepared for anything. It's tense but contained. Until this, protesters pushed forward. Demonstrators call for calm. Not wanting their message overshadowed by violence.
I am horrified by us sliding into a police state.
But others are here for disruption. And escalation was clearly inevitable. Do you worry that this could get worse here?
100%. He made the wrong decision, utilizing the National Guard. He had no right to do that. That just insists chaos. Chaos that we are not provoking.
Los Angeles is crawling with law enforcement, and the US president wants more. Donald Trump mobilizing 700 Marines and another 2,000 members of the National Guard.
Thank goodness we sent out some wonderful National Guard. They've really helped.
Locals disagree.
The National Guard was not needed here.
The absurdity of threatening the people of the United States of America with their own military.
California has taken its fight to the courts, filing a federal lawsuit.
Very unfortunate, completely avoidable, unnecessary, and by the way, unlawful. They are trying to exercise authority they do not have. In order for them to call in the National Guard, there needs to be a rebellion. There's not. There needs to be an invasion. There's not.
Still, scars from a weekend of violence are everywhere. Broken glass, graffiti, and the carcasses of burnt-out cars. At least 50 people have been arrested so far. The LAPD shooting more than 600 non-lethal rounds in just 48 hours. The movement calling for an end to immigration raids spreading around the states. Protests held in at least 24 cities today, including San Francisco, New York, Tampa, Florida, and Dallas, Texas. More soldiers are descending on the city where it all began, but if this week has shown us anything, as the number of troops goes up, the tension does too. In Los Angeles, Jonathan Kersley, NBN News.
The LAPD has launched a formal investigation after our US correspondent, Lauren Tomasi, was shot with a rubber bullet while covering the protests. The Greens calling on the PM to broach the incident with Donald Trump.
A long way from LA and a much smaller protest. Tonight, the Prime Minister confirming this incident has been raised with American officials.
That footage was horrific. We have already raised these issues with the US administration. We don't find it acceptable that it occurred.
Los Angeles police confirming they are now investigating.
I know that the situation you're referring to with the member of the media, we saw that. We're very concerned about that, and we're looking into that.
That was really shocking footage to watch, and I agree. It certainly looked deliberately done.
The Prime Minister says he thought the attack was targeted. If you get a chance to speak with Donald Trump in the next 7 days, will you raise that incident?
Well, I spoke with Lauren this morning, and she's going okay. She's pretty resilient, I've got to say. I'll leave the discussions with the President till they occur rather than foreshadow them.
I really hope that the Prime Minister has the ticker to raise this with President Trump.
Susan Lee has also reached out. In a statement, Nine CEO Matt Stanton said, "It's important to find out what happened and why. I plan to write to the LAPD Commissioner offering our cooperation with the investigation." There were other incidents involving the press, including British photographer Nick Stern.
I shouted out, "I've been here, I've been here." I couldn't put any pressure on that leg. Fortunately, I was quickly grabbed up by some of the protesters.
President Trump is yet to appoint a new ambassador, but US consular officials were in the room for the Prime Minister's speech today. Anthony Albanese clarifying he wants the port of Darwin out of Chinese hands and Australian-owned, despite interest from the US.
I think it should be in Australian hands, is what I've said very clearly, and I'd need some convincing of that.
Charles Croucher, NBN News.
A man is behind bars tonight accused of setting a house, car and motorbike on fire at Lake Macquarie. The overnight blazes sparked a major emergency response. Firefighters managing to stop the flames spreading to nearby properties.
Fanned by strong winds, flames consume the second story of a Warners Bay home, quickly destroying the Margaret Street property.
It was quite a shock. Couldn't believe it. I looked out my front window and I couldn't believe all these flames were coming out from the roof, and it looked like fire was coming out from behind.
Neighbours heard sirens just after 11 p.m. and emergency crews arrived to find the house, an SUV and a motorbike well alight.
There were so many fire engines and detectives and police, and the whole street was just covered in lights.
Thankfully, no one was inside the home at the time and no one was injured. It took more than 40 firefighters to extinguish the blaze, and despite strong winds, emergency crews managed to put out the flames within 45 minutes as neighbours were evacuated.
About 1, before we could really get back to sleep after all the noise had settled down and everything.
Police wasted no time launching an investigation and arrested 47-year-old Joseph Allen Green at Argenton early this morning, taking him to Belmont Police Station where he was charged with domestic violence arson. Green later faced Belmont local court and was refused bail. He's due to reappear on June 23. Lauren Kemp, NBN News.
Tonight we can show you dramatic body cam footage of the moment police stopped 2 alleged teen thieves from getting away with a haul of prescription medication. They were allegedly trying to rob a Gold Coast chemist when they were busted by officers.
Racing into the car park of a Robina chemist just before 4 this morning.
That way!
A police officer in hot pursuit of 2 teens who moments earlier allegedly smashed their way into the store. A white Lexus sedan in the car park, a 17-year-old boy in the driver's seat, left with nowhere to go while his passenger makes a break for it. Officers searching the luxury car, uncovering bottles of prescription medication. Plenty scattered around the car park too. The Lexus was reported stolen from a Karabi home on Friday. The manager didn't want to speak to us on camera today out of fear of being targeted again. He says he's lost count of just how many times this has happened. A similar scene outside the same store in December last year. The dog squad helping with this dramatic arrest. Another break-in in January. The 17-year-old accused from this morning has now been charged with enter premises and and unlawful use of a motor vehicle. He faced court today, while his alleged accomplice remains on the run.
Police have called on drivers to do better after a number of motorists were caught putting lives at risk on local roads over the weekend. One incident in Grafton saw a woman allegedly driving almost 5 times over the blood alcohol limit.
The results are in from the 4-day traffic operation. Of 300 drug tests, 44 returned a positive result in the Northern Rivers. More than 7,000 random breath tests were also conducted.
28 drivers were charged with prescribed concentration of alcohol, and of those 28, 6 were high range, which is more alarming.
One of those recorded in Grafton on Saturday night, where a 28-year-old female driver returned an alleged blood alcohol reading of 0.23. All up, there were 88 DUIs recorded in the northern region, as well as 1,050 speeding infringements, 58 major crashes. Statewide, there were 69 less crashes overall compared to the same period last year.
Overall, so our presence is having an impact.
Inspector Diane Jeffrey says dangerous driving remains a major concern locally.
Our local police were involved in a number of high-speed pursuits that went for up to 45 kilometres. That behaviour puts not only our police at risk, but also the motoring community.
The message now for motorists to continue to drive responsibly and follow the road rules.
Police from Traffic and Highway Patrol, as well as local police, will be patrolling the roads, targeting driving behaviour, dangerous driving behaviour, risky behaviour on the roads, with the aim to prevent injury and death.
Alexandra Rees, NBN News.
51 super donors in the Northern Rivers are being celebrated as part of National Blood Donor Week. Leading the charge, an 80-year-old Lismore man who rolled up his sleeves for his 346th time today.
Celebrating the 5,000 life-saving blood donors across the Northern Rivers.
People who build donating blood into their life.
National Blood Donor Week has officially kicked off in Lismore with 51 super donors in the spotlight.
Tomorrow we will actually see a gentleman who's done his 500th donation.
As part of the week, Lifeblood has permanently changed its white bandages to red branded ones.
We're hoping these will spark conversation on the street. People will look at them and go, why do you have a red bandage?
Sporting one of those is 80-year-old Barry Spargo, who made his 346th blood donation at the Lismore Centre today.
It's payback, because back in the 80s I had an accident and kept 21 units of blood to keep me alive.
Just like Barry, 1 in 3 people will need blood in their lives. It could range from those undergoing surgery to cancer treatment, trauma events and childbirth. Which means Lifeblood is always in need of donations.
Especially this time of year when we're seeing flus and colds affecting our donor panel.
In the next week, the Northern Rivers is in need of 40 donations, especially the Universal O group blood type.
So O positive and O negative, the stocks are incredibly low and we desperately need more donors.
To donate, you can call Lifeblood or book online. Monica Adair, NBN News.
Fee-free travel on the Settlement Point Ferry has been extended as flood recovery efforts continue on Port Macquarie's North Shore.
That enables residents to get essential services, tradesmen, across to the northern side free of charge. It also allows the emergency services who have been assisting with the clean-up to get over as well.
The service will remain free until the end of this month. Torrential rain over recent months has caused extensive damage to blueberry crops across the Coffs Coast, leading to a spike in supermarket prices, and they are expected to remain high throughout winter.
Quieter than usual for this time of year in the Oz Group pack house, with the blueberry harvest slowing right down.
The start of our season has not been the best due to the inclement or rainy weather we've had over the last 2 to 3 months. That's affected the volume of fruit on the plants.
More than 1,200 millimetres of rain has been recorded in the past 3 months across the Coffs Coast. That and wind has caused widespread damage to the delicate plants.
Rain sort of washed away and tore off a lot of the flowers off the plants, and as a result we didn't get the fruit set that we wanted to.
The result? Eye-watering prices on supermarket shelves, blueberries currently hovering around $9 a punnet or $70 a kilo. As long as weather conditions stabilise, consumers can expect to see prices fall in the coming months. Alison Paul, NBN News.
Not too bad in the afternoon sunshine, temperatures peaking today up and down the coast, into the high teens mostly, but it's all about the cold starts, very chilly westerly winds rolling over the mountains, making for those cold mornings. So the afternoon sun is enjoyable. Stay with us, it's still ahead on NBN News. A Qantas worker's life-changing fall, her daughters pleading for answers. Deputy Premier Prue Carr facing her second cancer fight in 3 years. And Katy Perry shocked in Sydney by a serial pest.
It's time to start your business. Time to get customers. Time to make your future now. Create a website in minutes. How? GoDaddy. Coding? Nah. But all that writing? Nope. AI. Done, built, up and running. You have what it takes. Now take it to the next level. Create a professional website in minutes with GoDaddy.
Let's get to work.
Start for free at godaddy.com.au.
Hello? Has anyone found anything good to watch? Is that show any good?
Not really.
Just one good show?
Welcome to the White Lotus in Thailand.
Stream all the best movies and TV shows. All killer, no filler. Max.
Good. Oh yeah, it feels good to make progress. With Newcastle Permanent's great low rates and up to $3,000 cash back when you apply for your home loan online, we're here to help you move forward. And we're here for good.
I think it's wonderful that Apex are giving second chances to the elderly.
Let's see what you got, kid.
You say he was old, he not that old. That's a handsome man right there.
F1 the movie. With Bupa, eligible members can access digital health services through Blua.
E-script on the way.
I'll order that now. Like 24/7 online doctors. Plus chemist delivery and more. Which means more time for you. With them. Feel good health catch on. With Bupa.
Dreaming of your next getaway? Earn a guaranteed share of 10 million Qantas points. Switch your home or business to a Qantas Red plan today so you can switch off on your next holiday sooner.
Get what you pay for with Kubota's small to mid-sized tractors. From the compact but mighty BX series to the problem-solving L series and the tough as nails NX series. Kubota delivers durability season after season. Speak to Wongmak Trading today to learn more.
Every journey is shaped by people. And your path home should be led by people who value community. People like ours. McGrath, guiding you home.
IMG Comfort Winter Sale. On now, 20% off. Plus, Nordic 60 large chair and ottoman, $19.99. Plus, free side table. Limited offer available in 7 colour and timber combinations. Visit Oden's, Canterbury Street, Casino.
The daughters of a Qantas worker who was seriously hurt after falling from an aero bridge are tonight pleading for answers. Olivia Hirostovska plunged 6 metres at Sydney Airport, leaving her with lifelong injuries.
Peering through the gaps of the aero bridge wall, Olivia Hirostovska steps closer, unaware of the gap below. A co-worker sees her fall, but is helpless. It was a 6-metre drop. And for the last 5 weeks, it's been touch and go for the 51-year-old customer service worker.
We're living this with her through every emotion, through every downfall.
Olivia was placed in an induced coma and rushed to Royal Prince Alfred Hospital.
We received the call saying your mum had a fall. With limited information, everything just froze over.
From the outset, Monique and her sister Sienna say they were left in the dark.
No one told us of what had actually happened. I found out from other doctors and then the media.
The family had not seen this video until tonight, and now it may shed some light. Olivia suffered severe head injuries, broke her clavicle, pelvis and several ribs, had a collapsed lung and fractured spine.
It was traumatic, it was daunting, it was the being in the unknown.
The mother of two has since been discharged, but may never fully recover.
Bones can heal, but the brain, you don't know. She's lost her whole identity.
Now Olivia's full-time carers, her daughters are calling for more support and transparency.
You don't know yourself. You still don't know to this day what went wrong.
No.
Today, when contacted by 9 News, Qantas gave no comment and SafeWork could only say the investigation is ongoing and could take up to 2 years.
I've had so many moments of anger. I'm just grateful that she is here.
Erin Ramsey, NBN News.
Hundreds of passengers on a Qantas flight from London to Singapore have been forced to spend the night in Azerbaijan. The Airbus A380 landed in the capital Baku after a woman in her 60s suffered a medical emergency. Doctors on board stabilised her before she was taken to a nearby hospital. New South Wales Deputy Premier Prue Carr is taking personal leave to undergo treatment for breast cancer. It's the second time the MP has fought the disease, and she hopes that sharing her news will prompt others to get tested.
I got some news.
A candid and confronting confession.
Some recent screening has confirmed that I've been diagnosed with breast cancer.
A disease the Deputy Premier has faced and won before, diagnosed with kidney cancer in 2022. Still, no pity, just optimism.
I've fought this before and I'm really confident that I can fight it again. The prognosis is good. The amazing medical team around me are really hopeful about the prospects.
She's the toughest, most resilient colleague any of us have ever been in a team with.
The 42-year-old mother will take a break from Parliament.
I'll just be taking this time to get myself well and spend time with my young family.
Stepping into her seat as Education Minister, close friend and current Finance Minister, Courtney Houssos.
Courtney's got one of the best education ministers that we've ever had, certainly in the country. On speed dial, she needs a hand with anything.
The Premier described his deputy as a rock to their team and their government, honouring her commitment by keeping her on as Deputy Premier while she undergoes treatment. Prue hoping that sharing her personal pain will motivate others to get tested.
Be really vigilant with your checks, getting it early. This is what's happened in my case, is so important.
Get to know what your breasts feel like, what is normal for you. Have your screening, and if you notice any changes at all, don't be embarrassed. Go and speak to someone about it.
Sophie Upcroft, NBN News.
Pop star Katy Perry was given a shock last night when a fan ran onto the stage at her Sydney show. 25-year-old Johnson Wen has since been charged and banned from Sydney Olympic Park for 6 months.
There's never going to be another show like it, so just enjoy it, Sydney.
And I was like, let me get on stage with you. And then she freaked out because I think she realised I was a performer.
It's not the first time Wen has interrupted an event. He's racked up more than $20,000 in fines for previous offences. Stunning winter conditions east of the Divide today. On the western side, the cloud gathered yet again thanks to the westerly winds. Snow flurries continue across the higher ground. The latest low has moved into the Tasman. We're now in between weather systems, making for a fine-looking winter's day for coastal communities. The northwest will again be cloud affected, with the possibility of a few isolated showers and snow flurries for the peaks. Another very cold night on the way. Afternoon sunshine doing its best to warm the day into the high teens for most. Still ahead on NBN News, exclusive, meet the Hunter Bank staff who saved an elderly woman from being scammed of her life savings. Music fans mourn a 60s icon, the death of Sly and the Family Stones frontman. And the new test for celiac disease being hailed as a game changer.
Forgot the secret ingredient?
Oh, that's making me so sad.
With DoorDash, you can still nail Nonna's recipe.
Oh, bellissimo.
Your door to more. DoorDash.
Kia ora, I'm Death. I'm a soul trader, but more of a collector, really.
So, how did you find Henry?
Well, it was sort of serendipity. I was just having a few drinks with a mate at a bar.
Oh, hang on. You're saying that Henry sorts all my taxes? Yeah, they do everything. It's brilliant. Whoa! Man, you're blowing my mind right now.
I mean, I've seen some stuff, you know. I've seen some shit, but Henry was new to me.
Hello? Has anyone found anything good to watch? Is that show any good? Not really. Just one good show?
Welcome to the White Lotus in Thailand.
Stream all the best movies and TV shows. All killer, no filler. Max.
At Chemist Warehouse.
You haven't shopped around until you've tried Yui. Huh?
You should shop around if you're not happy with your car insurance. Or your barber.
For award-winning customer satisfaction, make the change to Yui. You insured.
Get more for less with Domino's Tuesday deals. We've sliced the price of all large pizzas, like Value Range from $6, Value Max from just $8, and more tasty savings on all your favourites. Tuesdays only at Domino's.
We can see more of the world than ever. With Bridgestone Tech Check, you see what needs repairing now and what can wait, so you can go with confidence. Bridgestone Select Tyre and Auto.
Don't miss the Mitsubishi end of financial year sale. Receive up to a $3,000 cash card on select models.
Get out. You just told me to get in.
So get in today and get out on your next adventure.
Wheelie Hot Wood offer no-contact firewood home delivery direct to your door. Perfect size, stays dry, is easily moved and stored. Easy order online, wheeliehotwood.com.au or call 1300 58 59 60.
Before you start, there's where on earth do I start? Then that advice from Inspirations Paint. Okay, let's go.
It's the 40 Winks end of financial year sale. Snuggle up to big savings with up to 50% off mattresses and up to 30% off furniture. Shop online or head in store today. Hurry, limited time only. Terms, conditions and exclusions apply. 40 Winks. Serious about sleep.
The biggest lowlife on the planet, that's how a Maitland Bank manager has described a scammer who tried to fleece an elderly woman of her life savings. The criminal coached the 84-year-old on how to convince branch staff to transfer her cash. Thankfully, they stepped in to save her.
It was a regular afternoon at this NAB branch when an 84-year-old grandmother made a not-so-regular request regarding her internet banking limit.
Hers was set at $5,000, and she was asking to increase it to over $50,000 to get the transfer done. Well, instantly, red flags were going off.
Adding to suspicions, staff noticed the long-time customer was clutching her mobile phone. Someone was listening in. They quickly Googled the phone number on the screen.
It immediately came up a result saying that it was a likely scam.
The scammer had been pressuring the recently widowed woman for days.
She was scared and she broke down crying because she was being threatened. They'd actually remotely accessed her account and therefore had convinced her that they had actually given her $50,000 and that she owed them the money. It was her life savings. She would have been wiped out.
And the criminal had coached her on what to say to bank staff.
I said to her, can you please explain to me what that notebook is? And then she broke down and said that they were actually cues that the criminal had asked her to write down to convince us.
Too shaken by the experience to speak on camera, the target of this scam told us it was very upsetting and confusing and that she had no idea it was a scam.
They're the biggest lowlifes on the planet. They prey on people who are vulnerable and they do whatever they can to trick them into handing over their money. They use whatever means and it actually makes my blood boil, to be honest.
A remote access scam will begin with a contact out of the blue from someone who sounds pretty professional, telling you that there's something wrong with one of your accounts. And they are going to ask you to download software that will enable them to take control of your computer.
It's every day. every single day we are seeing some form of it.
As for the target of this scam, a week later she returned, bank balance intact, the actions of staff right on the money.
She had this massive smile on her face when she saw me, gave me a big hug. Just so grateful that we were able to protect her, her life savings.
Jane Goldsmith, NBN News.
Israel would deploy 12 activists, including Greta Thunberg, after intercepting their so-called Freedom Flotilla. Authorities seized the ship on its way to deliver aid to Gaza, dismissing the voyage as a PR stunt. The IDF operation has been internationally condemned. The head of NATO has warned that Russia could be ready to attack the military alliance within 5 years. The Secretary General saying NATO needs a quantum leap in its collective defence. Member nations are expected to agree to increase military spending later this month to improve air defences and massively increase production of tanks and artillery. He helped transform pop music in the 1960s as the frontman of Sly and the Family Stone, a band who inspired the Jackson 5. But today came the sad news: American musician Sly Stone has died after years of ill health. Among the group's hits, Stand, Family Affair, and Everyday People. Sly Stone was 82. Monash IVF investors spent the day dumping shares after the company admitted to a second major embryo mistake. Here's finance editor Chris Collar.
Since April, Monash IVF has now transferred the wrong embryo to a patient twice. The company is in crisis management and investors are running for the exit. The first mix-up caused a slump in the share price. The second produced another 26% wipeout today. Overall, the shares have more than halved since the start of the year. That certainly grabbed the attention on the share market today, which rose 71 points overall. Interesting to see the buy now, pay later company Zip among the best performers. New laws kick into effect today, holding those companies to higher legal standards. And no slowing down for CBA, the bank hitting a new record high today. The Australian dollar is buying 65 US cents, 57 euro cents and 48 British pence, and Bitcoin is closing in on all-time highs around 110,000 US dollars.
Adam Murray is here with sport. Adam, Nathan Cleary has been quizzed about that possible switch to rugby union.
He sure has. Good evening, Gav. He's addressed the rumours as he looks to wrap up the Origin series for New South Wales. Plus, the Blues enforcer has a blunt message for Queensland's new captain ahead of Game 2. The Knights confirmed Jackson Hastings' long-awaited recall, and 2 Olympic Golden Girls put on a show at the Australian Trials.
Get $50 off Amy Comprehensive Car Insurance when you quote and buy online. Now that's pretty lucky. Particularly if a bird drops through the open sunroof of your car, causing you to swerve and have a prang. Even though it doesn't feel lucky.
Lucky you're with Amy. Fantastic Furniture's biggest end of financial year sale is on. Save big on office and storage, like the Elevate electric lift desk with the Ezra office chair or the Grove bookcase. More styles in-store or online. Find your Fantastic.
The end of financial year is always the start of something special at Toyota. And with a wide range of vehicles in stock this end of financial year, the feeling starts right here at your local Toyota dealership. Toyota.
I met this nice lady today. She gave me this pack of cards. She said it's a game, a very powerful game, designed to play with your family, to facilitate a deeper conversation.
Did you have to pay for it?
No.
Oh, score! Let's play!
The Medibank Family Roast, coming soon. Live better with Medibank.
I hear this island's got no laws. The question is, are you going to keep it that way?
I dare any mainlander to set foot on this island.
OJD is an incurable sheep disease. Can you risk it? On an average farm, OJD can kill 6.2% of your flock annually and causes reduced growth rates and poor wool quality. Don't risk your future ewes. Start at home. Vaccinate your lambs at marking with a single Gadare dose to protect them for life. Talk to your local rural store and visit gadare.com.au for safe use instructional videos.
It's the 40 Winks end of financial year sale. Snuggle up to big savings with up to 50% off mattresses and up to 30% off furniture. Shop online or head in store today. Hurry, limited time only. Terms, conditions and exclusions apply. 40 Winks. Serious about sleep.
Looking for a place to play sports, socialise and be part of the local community? Become a member of Ocean Shores Country Club. Golfing, bowling, great food and dining at Pacific Breeze Restaurant. Plus live music and entertainment. Join today and enjoy the benefits.
Stefano Uto Ikamanu has a message for new Maroons captain Cameron Munster. I'm coming for you in Origin 2. The Blues prop telling NBN News why he's ready to return to the league's most unrelenting arena, while the state's golden boy has addressed those rugby rumours.
A pristine day in the Blue Mountains, proving the perfect backdrop for a team photo. There were cuddles between club rivals, happy to reunite in New South Wales camp. The state's number 7, Nathan Cleary, stripping off to brace for the cold, and questions about his future.
There's been a lot of talk about you and rugby. What is it?
I don't know what it is.
Any desire?
Nah, I've got an open mind to it, but not at this stage.
Returning Blue, Stefano Utoikamanu making it clear he's ready for his second coming on the Origin stage.
This arena's with all the most elite players, and when you come off the bench you have to make an impact, and that's what I'm looking to do.
The prop conceding he was overawed by Rugby League's most intimidating arena in 2023.
I think I probably got a bit too nervous and kind of played the game before I even got on, and when you get like that I feel like you come on and you're a bit rattled straight away, kind of like mentally and physically, you kind of drained a little bit.
Standing at 6'3", Stefano is known as a gentle giant off field. Next Wednesday night in Perth, he promises to be anything but.
Makes me a bit angry when someone's trying to rush at me and trying to, put a shot on me. So mentally, you got to tell yourself, these guys are coming out to kill you. You got to go kill them first. So yeah, that's my mentality.
Queensland was criticised for not kicking off to Spencer Leniu at Suncorp Stadium in Origin 1. Stefano more than happy to be the Maroons' target in Game 2.
They're kicking off. I want them to kick it to me because I know I want to straight up Munster.
What's your message for the Maroons captain?
Nah, he's all the best.
I'm coming for you.
I'm coming for you. Kick it to me.
Zach Bailey, NBN News.
The backlash continues following the Maroons' decision to dump skipper Daly Cherry Evans. Cameron Munster has mixed emotions about taking over as captain, while critics have been scathing.
For the first time since 2018, Daly Cherry Evans was wearing Manly's maroon and not that of his Queensland teammates. The Sea Eagles surprised at their skipper's Origin axing.
Yeah, I was shocked for sure. To lose your captain midway through a series is it's a big call.
He's obviously disappointed, but that's natural. He's captain his state for a long period of time, so he wants to be there, but it's what it is.
On this side of the border, the decision has been slammed.
You watch these blokes up north and they say we don't get Origin, and they use this pick and stick mentality. Well, really, you've just turned on your skipper.
Even Queensland's new captain feels slightly uncomfortable about it.
It's terrible circumstances with Ches. I'm really good close mates with him, so it's disappointing, but unfortunately someone had to take the role.
Cameron Munster received the call from Billy Slater last night.
I was thinking maybe I was getting dropped, or I was 18th man or something like that.
A long-time larrikin of the game, it's still sinking in that he's now leader of his state.
5 years ago, 10 years ago, everyone would have laughed in your face. Probably still a larrikin. I still am a larrikin. I still just got to pick my times on when and where, and now I've got to lead this team and try and show actions that a leader does, but I'm not going to change the person I am.
The Sea Eagles do stand to benefit from Daly being dropped.
Silver lining for Manly is so we get to have him this week in a game that we need to go and perform well.
Tom Trbojevic is back from his thigh injury to face the Titans too.
Just as his brother, I just love seeing him out there. You know, he's had a bit of hard luck and, you know, always got a lot of pressure on him from the outside. So just seeing him, you know, get a chance to get back out there is great.
The club is in talks to extend the two brothers, but Jake isn't in a rush.
I don't know how many people will be chasing me. It's probably not a rush, is it? Let's be honest. But I just obviously always just want to play for Manly. So, yeah, not too worried.
Sam Jordan, NBN News.
Paul Gallen has defended Adam O'Brien's comments made following the Knights' comeback win over Manly. O'Brien criticised fans who booed his side at halftime, then apologised the next morning.
And at the end of the day, they'll forgive him if they keep winning games. If they don't win games, they won't forgive him. They'll be upset at him. But what he did that night, backing your players, sticking up for your players, I respect.
The Knights coach has announced his side for Saturday's clash with the Roosters, with Jackson Hastings named at 5'8" and partnering Jack Cogger in the halves for the first time this season. Kaylee McEwen will be back in the pool tonight, looking to add another event to her World Championships program. Just 14 hours after winning the 50-metre backstroke at the Australian Trials in Adelaide, she became the fastest qualifier for the 100 final.
Just slightly backed off. You can see her just reducing a little bit. I've done enough. I don't want to push too much energy.
But that's a statement performance from Kaylee McEwen this morning, 59.38, and did it very comfortably.
Elijah Winnington scraped into the 200 metres freestyle final, giving him a chance to get one back on last night's 400 winner, Sam Short, while Alexa Leary blitzed the field in the 50 metres freestyle multi-class heats. After the break, the Mariners A-League winning coach gets a very big new gig.
Looking at these scans and
Smoking causes 16 different types of...
Hello? Hi, I'm Gemini.
Hi, Gemini.
How can I help you?
So what do I do? Just talk?
We can have a conversation about anything you like.
Okay, I need a bit of help, Gemini.
No problem. You could try using Greek yogurt instead. Does the child seem ready for bedtime?
No.
Could you make this sound more professional?
Sure. Here's another version.
Wow, that's actually super helpful.
You're welcome. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Go Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance. Up to 30% off Windows 11 computers. All the big brands. Save over $500 on Samsung Galaxy S24. Save $150 on premium Bose headphones. Now $328. Best prices guaranteed at Harvey Norman now.
Adults can catch it too throughout their lives. RSV is contagious and can be easily spread. Although often mild, RSV infection can be serious. It may result in severe complications in older adults compared with younger adults, even if the person considers themselves healthy. For more information about RSV, talk to your healthcare professional.
HCF Life Insurance gives members up to $1.5 million cover to help protect their family. And now, Kate gets this ad to share a family update.
We didn't think we were going to be able to have another child, but we're pregnant!
Gary, what the...
Tripperdeal's hottest points offer is back. Experience iconic Northern Lights rail and sail from $10,999 per person, including flights. Discover Finnish Lapland and spend a night in a glass igloo. Ride the iconic Flom Railway. Cruise with Hurtigruten through Norway's majestic fjords. Explore Lofoten Islands and more. Plus, book by June 30 and earn 20,000 bonus Qantas points. Now that's more bang for your buck. Search Tripperdeal now.
3 reasons people love their bellissimo mattress.
Double-sided. My mattress stays comfortable and lasts longer because I can sleep on both sides.
Microcoil. With 4,000 springs to increase air circulation, it's more hygienic, cooler, has reduced body impressions and less partner disturbance.
5-year comfort promise. My Bellissimo can be reconstructed to create a softer or firmer feel within 5 years for free.
Making mattresses. Nobody makes a better mattress. Nobody.
Cox Mowers, over 70 years in the game. Outdoor yard care equipment specifically for the Aussie block. From push mowers to the legendary Stockman ride-ons. A big range of zero turns, standards, commercial mowers, wood chippers and more. And it don't matter whether you're suburban smooth or acreage rough. It's a Cox. Engineered steel tough.
This report brought to you by Cox Mowers. Cox, proudly engineered Aussie tough for over 70 years.
Emily Husband led the Mariners women to A-League glory in just her second year in the job, and her coaching talent has not gone unnoticed. She's earned a very big promotion, named the new assistant coach of the Matildas.
3 weeks ago, Emily Husband was celebrating a championship win. Now she's the assistant coach to the women's national team. Can you even believe it? Is it a bit surreal at the moment?
Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is. Like I said, like football's a funny game. You have plenty of ups and downs, and to have this many ups in such quick succession is not something that happens often. So you've certainly got to enjoy the moment whilst you're in it, and I definitely have. It's been absolutely surreal, and I don't think my feet have touched the ground again yet.
Husband first joined forces with new Matildas manager Joe Montemuro when they coached the A-League All-Stars last year.
He's had an unbelievable career in what he's achieved, and obviously the week that we did get to spend together at All-Stars, I really felt that as people and as values that we really aligned, and I think that was probably what drew me to Joe.
It's been a rapid rise through the ranks for Husband, who coached Sydney Uni to success in the NPL, then went on to lead the Mariners to an A-League finals berth in her first year before going all the way this season.
It means a lot. It means so much. Not many coaches get given the opportunity that I did to start something from complete scratch, not coming in and having not very much at all. So I think it means even more to you.
Well, there's no doubt which A-League team she'll keep supporting. The England-born coach says her national allegiance has switched. Now you're Matilda's assistant coach. Where does the sort of the loyalty lie there?
I never thought that would come back and bite me. But no, obviously, look, at the end of the day, I've been here for 9 years now, and so much of my football journey has been part of Australia and investing in the players. Australia truly means something special to me, and I hope one day to become a citizen, but we're still working on that. I think my allegiances have slowly swung over the time.
Montana Claire, NBN News.
He crashed out in France, but Jack Moyer has bounced back in the Austrian leg of the Enduro World Cup. The Australian mountain biker finished 4th overall in slippery conditions. The highlight, 3rd in Stage 3. Moyer is now 6th in the standings. Olympic sailors Bryn Liddell and Rhiannon Brown finished 8th overall in the European NACRA 17 Championship. The Aussies saved their best until the last day of competition, placing 6th. Lake Macquarie's Sarah Hoffman was 15th outright. Pottsville racer Matt Hardy has come home as a 3-time Australian champion after taking out the national title in Toowoomba last week. Up against the best in the business on the grid, he started from pole position and held on to lead to lock in a fairy tale finish.
Tearing around the track at Toowoomba Speedway, Matt Hardy, a 3-time Australian champion.
He will win another one in 2025. Matt Hardy, your new Australian AMCA National Champion.
It's my 3rd one, which is pretty cool. So, just over the moon to pick up that one.
Locking in the prestigious title in Lismore in 2016 and his 2nd in Toowoomba in 2019, the Pottsville racer returned for the 2-night championships to battle against the best in the business over 5 qualifying heats and a feature.
Daniel Cassidy from Newcastle, he was leading, and there's a few others. Defending Australian champion Bruce Marshall, he finished 3rd.
Over a decade of racing under his belt, Hardy executed a clean campaign to qualify out of pole position for the 40-lap final.
Lost the jump, so I was running 2nd for most of the race. I think it was about 12 laps to go. I made a pass for the lead. So, after that, we just ran away with it.
Plenty of support in his corner to make it possible.
Just like to thank my crew and all the sponsors for the season. There's a ton of them on the car. They know who they are.
And the pressure will be on to defend his title next year.
Next year, we'll defend it back here at Lismore.
Alexandra Rees, NBN News.
And Hastings Valley Netball's open side finished 2nd to rivals Barellan at the state championships in Campbelltown. Both sides now qualify for next year's Championship League, having finished in the top 2 of their division. Co-captains Molly Stiles and Ash Gammy put the team's excellent performance down to a lot of training and great teamwork.
It wasn't looking too good for a moment there. We had a couple of draws, but we fought hard on the last day and went through undefeated, so ended up in second place. The team I play with, it's amazing. The culture we have is phenomenal. It's something I aspire to be like in myself, so to have those people around me is amazing.
In the 18-team competition, Mid-North Coast sides Belgian finished 4th, Coffs Harbour 6th, and Great Lakes 13th on the ladder. Gav, that's out to sport.
All right, thank you so much, Adam. Stay with us. Weather's next.
I was an easy target.
Inside the Supercare dental scandal.
Does your business prey on vulnerable people, Simon?
No, it doesn't.
A current affair next.
We maintain a good fire-safe perimeter and be aware of what could go wrong. With Yui's comprehensive car insurance, I feel safe because I'm covered for what life might throw at me. Always brake away from the body.
Can we use that wrench, Dad?
No! No! It's too smoky.
Car insurance that's a bit more U-shaped. Yui, you insured.
I got chills, they're multiplying.
They got me.
And I'm losing control. You're supplying. It's
With more to stream than ever before, the one that you want is Dan.
Or even infiltrating your child's games. Gambling can impact anyone. Be aware. Visit Gamble Aware for information or confidential support.
The OMF end of financial year sale is on with $10 million of stock to clear. Save up to 20% on bedroom furniture and up to 60% on floor stock. Hurry, limited stock available. End soon at OMF.
Storm protection, security, insulation and soundproofing all in one. Storm Shield roller shutters are the perfect barrier against the elements and unwanted intruders. Maintain the perfect home environment while keeping your family and assets safe. Call TT Shutters and Shading now for a free measuring quote.
Best Sheds up to 40% cheaper. American Barnes from $8,900.
Best Sheds 25% off sale is on right now.
Call Best Sheds on 1-800 15 17 18 or check out our range at bestsheds.com.au.
Go Harvey Norman. Buy now with no deposit, 16 months interest free on a participating Latitude credit card and get a bonus gift card up to $1,000. Shop our huge range now with no deposit, 16 months interest free from Latitude and get a bonus $100 gift card for every $1,000 you spend. New customers must be approved. Minimum finance $1,000. T's and C's, charges and exclusions apply. Equal monthly payment plan and monthly credit card fee currently $10.95 applies. Don't miss no deposit, 16 months interest free from Latitude at Harvey Norman now.
Sports Club. Your journey starts here.
A help company will get people back on their feet, make complicated stuff simple, and even try to predict the unpredictable. So that's what we're doing. NRMA Insurance, a help company.
Well, very chilly at night, as you'd expect during this time of the year, but not half bad in the winter afternoon sun. There are precipitation over the past 24 hours. I say precipitation because that covers everything. We've had rain, we've had sleet, we've had snow, and that includes the northern tablelands. But along the east coast, it's been generally lovely. The low has pulled away now, spiralling around over the Tasman, generating a new swell, taking its time running up the coast. Should be there tomorrow morning. Generally clear across northern New South Wales, Queensland, the Territory and most of WA. But there is a new little system, a low moving into the Bight as our low off the coast just grinds away there. It's big and slow moving, so that'll maintain that westerly airflow and it's drier as well. That makes the skies somewhat clear. Brisbane, sunny, 19. Sydney, not half bad tomorrow. The capital, -1 to 13. Right throughout the southeast, mid-teens on the way, and for Adelaide, 24. The Alice, 18 for Perth. The Northern Tropics now just lapping up the dry season. This is a fabulous time of the year in Darwin. Lismore went from 4 to 19. We hit 21 around the Tweed today. 19's Yamba, Evans, Head, Grafton, but Casino managed to reach 20, but only just after a chilly start. Tenterfield down to 2 degrees this morning. It's going to be cold again tonight, and the cold air will sink down the eastern slopes and across the valleys and out to sea all day long. You will not switch onshore. It's going to be big blue skies. I'd say a cloud not going to form for most of the northern rivers tomorrow. So down there again, 2 for Tenterfield, 6s, 7s throughout the valleys, and down to about 8-9 degrees for the coast. And then we should manage the high teens around 20 again for most. There's a lot of the swell still missing us, still wanting to buzz by offshore. We might be able to see some improved sets there tomorrow morning, I'd say, particularly south of Cape Byron. Sun to rise 6:36 down 4:57. We'll be hitting the high tide tomorrow at about 5 to 8, so back to the low there just after 1:30. What a run. Loving it. Winter is turning it on for us. It's cold, it's chilly, but the sunshine, just glorious. Now, there is another little low that'll be running up the coast. It may just clip us and spray a little coastal shower there around Ballina. Inland is all going to be fine and sunny, remaining quite chilly, really struggling to get to the 20s there until early next week. There's that shower potentially clipping Grafton and I'd say the Coffs Coast. So let's take a look at the swell. This is, pretty much how it's been. A little bit of swell still trickling in, trying to get in. We started to see some size start to run up the coast late this afternoon into this evening. So as I said, around the Coffs Coast, we should start to see some of the swell arrive and maybe south of Cape Byron, but still struggling to see much of that swell reach our coastline throughout the far northeast, really from Byron up to the Tweed. Finally tonight, Australian researchers have developed a new test to replace the painful process of detecting celiac disease. Patients currently have to eat the very food that may be making them sick in order to get an accurate diagnosis.
Elizabeth Smiley was diagnosed with celiac disease 10 years ago.
I have separate margarine in the fridge. I have separate toaster. We're very careful.
Gluten triggers the autoimmune condition. More than 350,000 Australians live with the disease, which is severely underdiagnosed. A main factor is the blood test. Patients who have been following a gluten-free diet to manage their symptoms have to instead spend weeks eating gluten to make sure the test is accurate.
It's completely counterintuitive. Many people will experience symptoms such as abdominal pain, diarrhoea, vomiting and nausea.
Now, researchers at the WeHi in Melbourne have developed a diagnostic game changer. A new blood test mixes a patient's blood sample with gluten fragments in a test tube for a day. If a specific immune marker appears, they can then be diagnosed with celiac disease.
The higher that chemical elevation, the more likely the person is to have bad symptoms to gluten.
With no need for a biopsy to then confirm the diagnosis.
It's hoped the new blood test will be available within 2 years. It would mean celiac patients can continue with their gluten-free diets without having to dread making themselves unwell just to get a diagnosis.
As a trial participant, Elizabeth was found to have a different gastrointestinal disease, treatable with antibiotics.
Life-changing for me and for everyone else in my family and friends, because they won't have to worry about me anymore when I come for a meal.
Eliza Rugg, NBN News.
That's our bulletin from all the NBN team. Good night.